Hello, Spring 2020 Design Expo. My name is Chris Ward. I am the current president of HYDE, and that stands for Humane Interface Design Enterprise. I am here to present about what HYDE's been up to for the past year. Let's get started. So, just as a quick overview, HYDE is an enterprise focused on solving real-world software projects revolving around usability and human factors. We have 7 sub-teams working on independent projects. Each project helps their students grow in knowledge of design, layout, and human factors, as well as team experience. We're not just College of Computing students. We have psychology and business students who are helping our teams to create testing environments and update their user interfaces to be more in line with what would be expected as a baseline knowledge of people using the program instead of the programmers who were with it since day one. We currently have over 40 students and they're actively growing with us. Due to COVID-19, we were not able to get a new updated team photo, so here's our fall 2019 enterprise. We are obviously a little larger than that now. CocoTemp is our largest and most robust project, and it aims to help map and record microclimate data using Arduinos that record all environmental factors, including wind speed, temperature, barometric pressure, the standards. The purpose of this is to help show how environmental and human factors affect the environment. So cities and small towns will have different temperature ratings just based on the amount of people, heat, and everything in between. However, on a much smaller scale, you could compare the temperature next to the mean compared to down on the portage and see that there's a wind change, a temperature change, pressures changed, and all of this data is being used to help students learn how to interact with the data, how to record it, and how to properly analyze it. Their future goals is currently to kind of rework their user interface and user experience to make it better for non-experienced people to get into CocoTemp and be a part of it. Towards the future, CocoTemp's looking to finish up this year after, I believe, 4 years plus, after they create enough documentation, which is shown on the bottom left, and also after creating some surveys to help new people better integrate with the site on the right. The CCLC queue is a team working with Leo Uriel to create a Canvas plugin for the CCLC, the College of Computing Learning Center, formerly the CSLC. The Canvas plugin will be a class for all undergraduates in the College of Computing. This will mostly be for incoming students to have an extra layer of help when the teacher is not available, the learning center isn't open, or when they're just having a common mistake that could be easily solved faster if they just searched it in a database. So the goal is just to help lessen the workload on the coaches while improving the response time for students. Looking towards the future, they're hoping to create a search queue for the database and work with coaches and Leo to fill in desired answers and really learn what common mistakes are so they can better filter those to the top. For future goals, they need to add some students and get usability feedback. However, that will probably be once school opens back up. The Chem Store project we have currently is working with the MTU Chemical Distribution Store to create software to help track and make requests and to have safety data sheets available for the labs. By providing a dedicated web application, this should help the chemical store do all of this easier and remove it from having to store thousands of paper copies. It's meant to help lessen their workload, as with most projects we do. Future goals is to finalize the back end of the database, meet with the heads of the chemical store again to get some more feedback, and then start creating the front end, the chemical requests form, creating software to search and pull safety data sheets, which are essential and help provide a safer environment for people working with the chemicals. HuskyHunt is a on-campus buying, selling, and ride-sharing center for the campus that we're hoping will help consolidate all of the current formats that students use, including Facebook Marketplace, Discord, Reddit, meant to provide a safe place for students to interact with other MTU students, to share rides. Shown on the bottom right image is an example, along with a traced route of ride sharing to help see if you're actually applicable to share rides. Currently, the project has created working store and ride sharing pages, and they are looking forward to creating a housing page to help students find and post about housing around Houghton, even if it's just subleases or people wanting to find a roommate switch in the dorms. It's just to help students do it in a safe environment. Currently, usability testing and refining the user interface is two of the major goals, followed by the user experience. All this will be working with our UI UX team. We are in the works of setting up usability testing through the enterprise as well as with CocoaTemp to help get some feedback from people who haven't been programming and used to the layout of the applications. PillowTalk is a research project to help ALS patients be able to adjust themselves in their sleep. So ALS is a nervous system disease that no longer allows them to move certain parts of their body. Oftentimes, people will be able to move their eyes or their heads entirely, so they'll be able to speak still. So using an Amazon Alexa and a Raspberry Pi, a patient can use voice control to send out commands saying shift left, and some inflatable pillows will help relieve the pressure points accordingly. Currently, many people have to be rolled over by a nurse who comes into the home every couple of hours to help them sleep through the night. We're planning to make this an open source project so it can be replicated and created by all ALS patients who have the resources to do so. We're hoping to keep it very simple and streamlined to help with that process as well. Current goals are the creation of the pillow and the system to deflate it. So we're talking to a couple of people on campus, mostly faculty, to see if they have any ideas to accomplish this. We also need to test voice control functionality and make sure that's working in an extensive environment. And we need to work with the faculty advisor to create clear and simple instructions on the creation of the project to help benefit the open source aspect and the ALS community. Tempist, or Tempi.st as the website is a team working under the GVSC to create a weather tracking Raspberry Pi, very similar to CocoaTemp. However, it's through a different sponsor to help provide real-world experience to students. Data is stored locally on these Raspberry Pis in the field until they are connected to the internet, and then it uploads to a archive site that helps you view historical data. Currently, the creation of the hardware has been completed and the software is being finished before the UI UX team helps start testing. Their current goals are to obviously finish the design of the website and begin testing, and then their future plans are to meet with their sponsor and begin wrapping up development, documentation, and getting a stamp of approval from them. Voting Booth is a USG sponsored project. It's a web application with a RFID scan-in that will allow for student polling via tablet kiosks or laptops or whatever USG will be using at the time to kind of get student feedback at campus events or just around campus, seeing what could be improved and what students feel should be changed. The polling will help USG get all this information, and we recently underwent a rework, so we no longer have a front end to display, but our team is working to recreate a front end and make it better and provide better statistical summaries to USG so it's all streamlined and there's very little difficulty to it. Future goals are to work with other enterprise students to gain usability feedback through the UI UX team, just like most of our teams are at in the current state. They need to finalize the front end and question creation, and then they in the future will need to create a modular way for the USG students to add a certain amount of answers, questions, really to make it a robust system that allows for polling of multiple questions or provide the best feedback possible to help improve tech life for students. So that was a quick overview of our sub-teams. Our new management for fall 2020 is our faculty advisor, Robert Pastel. Our new president is Lena Stevig. Our vice president is Justin Martin, and our treasurer is Jason Holtree. So that is a quick presentation about Hyde. If you have any questions, feel free to email hydemanagement-l, and we will get back to you. Other than that, have a great day and stay safe.